Street fighting is an attitude. It's a philosophy, a thought process of outthinking your competition, not outspending them. In order for us to be effective salespeople, we have to be credible to the people that we sell to. Asking questions helps you gain more credibility. When you ask questions, they think, hey, this guy's trying to help me. There's some sort of emotion or combination of emotions that is driving each of our customers, and there's no two that are alike. So our job as part psychologists, we have to go in there and identify what are the emotional drivers that are guiding this decision-making process. Is it greed? Is it lust? Is it fear? Fear's a big one. There's all kinds of emotions, along with some actual technical information we have to gather to solve their problem. And when we find out what those emotional drivers are, it's what I call finding out their hot buttons. And once we discover which hot buttons they have, you start punching the hot buttons, we got what we want. My buddy's got this very fast sports car. I mean, I'm afraid to drive in it with him, let alone drive it. He says, take the car, have a good time, there's a full tank of gas, get on the highway, floor it, feel the power. I'm on Highway 70, I go past our bypass, and I look around, there's nobody around, so I say, okay, I'm going to floor it. I get the shock of my life. The squealing sound is killing my ears, black smoke's flying out the back. I'm shoved back into the seat like someone hit me in the chest with a sledgehammer. This car explodes forward like a rocket ship, and a big smile forms on my face. I've never experienced power like this. My heart's pounding. I'm starting to fantasize. I'm in an F-16. I'm shooting people down. I go into a Star Trek fantasy. I need more power, Scotty. I can't help you, Captain. And now people are starting to get in my way. I have to maneuver around them. And I'm passing people left and right. I'm waving at them, and they're gesturing back. I decide right then I'm going to buy a car just like this one. First thing these guys do when they came out to show me the car, some guy in a plaid polyester sport coat comes out, pops the hood, and shows me the engine. And that's all they're talking about, overhead things and injection things and liters and I'm lost. I don't care about that stuff. All I want from this car is to go fast and look cool. It's the job of the salesperson to make this decision easy for me. They are not doing their job. They're making it difficult. They're not selling me what I want to buy. They're trying to sell me an engine. And I keep shopping around. This goes on for a month. Saturday afternoon, I go to this one dealership closest to my house. The sales manager recognizes me. He comes over and says, can I ask you a question? I go, sure. What's on your mind? I've seen you in here, 3 or 4 times talking to one of my guys. What is it about this car that keeps you coming back? I got kind of excited. I said, I got a buddy that's got a car just like this one, and it was fast, and it handled great, and it was fast. It was so much fun to drive. It was fast. Stereo, and it was fast. People were staring at me. It was fast. The guy asked another question. You like to drive fast? Oh, yeah. It was real fast. I go, real fast. Now, he's asking all these questions. I'm getting more excited, and he says, can you keep a secret? I go, sure. I said, car you're looking at? I took it out the other day. Took it out on Highway 70. I punched it. Guess how fast I was going? How fast? It was 106. Oh. Then I shifted into second. I want to show you something. Guides me through a set of double doors off to the side into this mini showroom. It's like a prep room. One car in this little room. Same exact car I'm looking at. Gives me a big smile and says, $3,000 more. Now, I don't know how much this one is yet, but this one's $3,000 more. I want to know why. Takes me to a little sticker on the left-hand side. Turbo. I go, what does it do? He goes, I don't know, but you go faster and you look cooler. I bought it. But this guy not only got the sale, he got a fairly significant add in the sale. Why? What did he do the other guys didn't do? Sold me what I wanted. He listened. He asked questions. There's a technique you can use that helps you gather as much information as you want. It's been around a while. You may have heard of it, called the echo technique. And it's very simple. The echo technique allows you to gather more detail about something you're talking about with that particular customer. So if you say, I'm going to be driving to Detroit. Detroit? Yeah, I'm going to be doing a seminar. A seminar? Yeah, I'm going to be talking about some selling. Selling? And you keep people talking forever by just saying 1 or 2 words at the end of a sentence. You take their 2 words, repeat it back to them in the form of a question, they rattle on with more detail. I first heard this, I remember, this must have been, 12, 13 years ago. I'm in Orlando. Bill Bishop, a buddy of mine who teaches sales training, taught me this technique. I was so excited, I'm dying to try it out. I'm flying back to Columbus, Ohio, looking for someone to echo. I'm looking, and I remember my girlfriend is going to pick me up at the airport, who later became my wife. Thought, perfect, we'll try it out on her. She pulls up, I get into the passenger side, we take off. Instead of staring off into space like I normally do after a trip, I turn to her and ask the question, how was work today? She liked that. I'm paying attention. Her back got straight. Ooh, work was crazy. They sent this guy in from the main office to do a quarterly report. Quarterly report? Oh, yeah, they sent him every 3 months to make sure we had our projections. Projections? Oh, yeah, last year was a soft year, but we had our projections. We got a big bonus. Bonus? Yeah, the whole department is going on a big trip. I kept her going for 25 minutes all the way home. I didn't say more than 15 words. I knew everything about her life, and she knew nothing about mine, which is pretty much what I wanted. She thought I was the most warm, sensitive, caring individual in the world. 1 year later, I closed the sale. Now, the problem with the echo technique is that if you use it too many times, they're going to turn to you and go, what's wrong with you? Are you an echo? So you have to alternate it with another technique. Works the same exact way. You want more detail from that customer? You cock your head to one side and go, oh, well, yes, we need this and we need that. Oh. And we need this and we need that. So here's what you do. You echo, 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 oh. Echo, 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 oh. Echo, 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 oh. Then right at the climax of the conversation, you look at them and you go, no. And they go, oh, yeah. And you bring them back. Okay, so I'm trying to talk to Smith. Let's say he's VP of marketing. I call shipping and receiving. I ask for Smith. They go, Smith, he's in marketing. Stupid me. Could you do me a favor and transfer me directly there into Mr. Smith's office? Every once in a while, it'll bypass the Doberman. You get in. Not always, but every once in a while. Now, one of my favorites is called the reversal. I want to reach, let's say, Smith in marketing. What do? I call the CEO's office. I call the president's office and ask for Smith. And I get who? The president's secretary, the second most powerful person in the organization. Oh, you need Smith. He's down in marketing. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you please transfer me? Of course. And he transfers me down into Smith and bypasses. Or I may end up going through the secretary, but at least I have a little more power. And guess what? Sometimes when you just start at the top, call the president's office, sometimes they answer their own phones. Has that ever happened to anybody? It's happened to me a few times. You believe it or not, you call up the president of some big corporation, they answer their own phones. Why? They have nothing to do. They already won. They are at the top of the game. You got all these vice presidents down here stabbing each other in the back and doing all the stuff that vice presidents do. I'm president. What should I do? Phone rang. Can I help you? I'm Jeff Slutsky with Street Fighter Marketing. We specialize in helping businesses market, promote, and increase sales on a shoestring budget. Who would you recommend I talk to in your organization about my services that I provide? Well, you need to talk to Smith in Marketing. Well, I appreciate that. I promise I will get a hold of Mr. Smith right away. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Now, I get off the phone. I just hung up with the president. I call back the secretary, the vice president, the person I've been trying to get through for a week. Just got off the phone with Mr. Jones, the president of your organization. I personally promised him I would get a hold of Mr. Smith right away. Please put me through. That works really good. The other thing we have is what we call our poop or get off the pot fax. Now, the way this works is we send a fax that says something like, we've been trying to get a hold of you for the last 3 weeks about the proposal we sent out. Please tell us one of the following options. A, and there's a place to check it, we think this is the dumbest thing we ever heard. Don't call us ever again. B, we're still interested. We're just not ready to deal with it now. Please call us back. And there's a blank to put in a date. C, we're ready to go forward. Please call me immediately. And we send the fax. We get, at least in our office, 50% of the faxes returned. It's unusual. It's really weird. And the results are almost equal, 1/3 of each one of those categories. And which means 1/3 of them are ready to buy, and we use the fax to get that, and 1/3 will want it later on. Of course, 1/3 don't want to talk to us, and we put that in a tickler file, and about 6 months later, we start all over again. Especially when they say, don't call you again, that really means for 6 months. How does a 5-year-old girl know the two most important things are persistence and asking questions? I was amazed. And it wasn't until 2 weeks later that I discovered it. When my kids were younger, every night before bed, I'd read them stories. And it occurred to me, it's the books we read our children that teach them this. I was reading them this sales and marketing book called Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. A show of hands, how many have read this sales book? Okay, most of you have. For those of you who haven't, let me give you a brief synopsis. We have two main characters. We have a customer, who's the cat in a hat. We have a sales rep, whose name is Sam I Am. Okay, we have a new product introduction, Green Eggs and Ham. It's a food item. It's gone through R&D. They've done some focus groups. They're ready to roll it out on a regional basis, and they got to get this guy to give it a try. Now, what does he do to get this guy to try it? He uses a very old technique that was very popular in the 60s called the choice close. You probably remember the choice close. That's when you give somebody two choices, either of which is a yes. You want delivery on a Tuesday or a Thursday. If they pick one or the other, you got it. Can we come by 3:15 or is 4:30 better for you? It doesn't work now. I mean, people are too smart for it. Back in the 60s, this was pretty hot stuff. And for a 5-year-old, it works pretty well too. So he uses the choice close. The first one is, would you eat them here or there? But he objects. He goes, I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I Am. That's a major objection. Most people would quit. Not Sam. He comes back with another. Would you eat them in a house or would you eat them with a mouse? And he objects again. I would not eat them in a house. I would not eat them with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I Am. Another major objection. He comes back with another and another. Guess how many times? 16 times. But finally, at the end of the book, for those of you who've read it, at the end of the book, what happens? On the 16th try, he says, okay, if you leave me alone, don't bother me anymore, I will try it. And he tries it, and what happens? He likes them. And then because he likes them, what's he going to do? He's going to eat them all the time. Repeat business. He's going to tell Grinch, he'll tell Horton, he'll tell Clifford the Big Red Dog, Curious George, he'll tell Barney. I hate Barney. But he's going to build up this entire territory because he didn't give up. He got the center of influence, stuck with it till he got a yes. So some street fighters are born, some are taught. But with some information you learned today, hopefully you'll be able to do a little more selling, a little more marketing, become a little more profitable, make a little more money, and spend it with us. Thank you very much. I'll be around if you have any questions. Was that final applause good enough for the video, or do we have to do that again? One more time? Okay, here we are. Did you want a standing ovation on that video?